Ready to go!
Guys, welcome to vlog number 4 in the Toddzilla training series. I'm happy. Today, it's a nice, easy day. Today, it is hand and wrist day, which is my bread and butter. It means no crazy DOMs. If you watched yesterday's vlog, it was like arms for volume, which included shoulders. I tell you right now, I woke up this morning with some serious delayed onset muscle soreness. And for all of you guys out there that are like, dude, it's okay to have a drink, I've taken your advice tonight. I have some BCAAs mixed up in some water. Oh, I mixed it a bit strong, it's a bit rich. But anyway, I have fluid tonight, so no excuses. But tonight's not going to be an intense workout. Well, it'll be intense, but intense in a way that I'm very used to, i.e. hand and wrist. But I'm going to do left. I know that might struggle a bit, but the right arm, well and truly conditioned. So, coming over to the board to show you where things are at. This is the almighty board from Todd Hutchins that I will update every workout, and I just basically am going to rub out last week's numbers and change them to this week's. But all of the data is being logged in the Facebook group, so you're going to see graphs. So if you want to see my historical data and where things are at, that's the place to go. But again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, all sorts of craziness in the order there. But anyway, we are on Friday, which is hands, wrists, and I've also got a little bit of back in there as well. But back was just something that I threw in there because it wasn't anything particular, but my back is pretty much cactus from yesterday from the rear delt shoulders. And again, tomorrow we have squat day, so my back's going to probably work out there. Charlie is here. How are you, Charlie? You ready for another workout? Charlie, as you all know, is a new workout partner of mine. He's pretty good. Gets in the way a few times, but got in a bit of a scrap this afternoon with another dog at the dog park, but he's good. Anyway, guys, let's do it. So I'm going to start this one tonight with the foundation of hand and wrist, which is cupping. So I'm going to play around with the wrist wrench and just in a cupping sense. Okay, so just straight back towards me. I'm going to do some pronation, I'm going to do some chopping, I'm going to do some rising. I'm going to isolate everything. So the elbow's not going to get taxed tonight. The shoulder's not going to get taxed. The side pressure's not going to get taxed. We're just focusing purely on the hand. So this one here, so go.
You can take your sunnies off your head, it's not dark.
Alright, apparently I've just been flagged as having my sunglasses on my head still. They do tend to
give you extra strength.
I have a lot of people in YouTube ask me, what's the deal with the sunglasses, man? They're always in your head. Anyway, I think someone needs to make like a bobble doll of me with the sunglasses on or something, because they do get stuck on there. But anyway, so tonight, cupping, let's start. So the weight that I've got at the moment is, we're on the single pulley, so it's 15 kilograms of force required to move this. This is a 3 1/4 inch homemade wrist wrench that I'm using. I'm just gonna wrap this out. Right, 40 reps there. The failure point on the right arm, I don't know, you can probably see it. There's getting these little micro slips. It's not very grippy. This isn't grip tape, so you do have to maintain a really good tabletop to protect it. You watch the comparison here, people. I have no idea what's going to happen right now, but I'm about to attempt to do the same thing on my left hand. I just did 40 reps on my right. I don't even know I can do 2 reps on this. I'm not joking. I have no idea if I can even pick this up. I got a feeling I can't. Alright. I'm pretty sure I can't. Oh, this is how bad my left is, people. And straight away, it was even hurting in the inner elbow. Right, so I'm picking that up with 2 hands. No. Alright, I'm gonna just do a right arm workout for the video's sake, and then we'll do left when the camera's not on. Because I
Never.
can't be bothered changing the weight, so I'm gonna rep this out on right, and then we'll go back and sort this little pansy arm out. Okay. So you'll see that I'm holding my arm here. I'm trying to take arm out of it and just really isolate the hand. So you can see the failure point was happening at around, what, 17 reps then, I think, where I got 40 on the first time. Todd said to me that Friday, for me, is all about doing whatever I want. So for me, I've always been a hand-based arm wrestler. The philosophy on arm wrestling for me, I consider it very much a combat sport as well as a strength sport. The Devon Larratt philosophy has shaped a lot, which meant that I was very heavy on my effort in hand. So, so my Friday, even though Todd has said to me about 20 times since we've started the program, he's just messaged me out of the blue saying hands are for pansies. So this is my pansy workout tonight. Because side pressure's king, as we all know. So if my arm's getting tired, which I just don't want my arm to be a factor, I want to be able to put all my effort on my hand. So hence I'm holding here. Even though like the lat pressure required here is not significant, if I have to put effort on lats, it's taking away from some of the effort that I can put in my hand. So I use my other arm to even hold the lats in so that I can give my cupping and containment the full effort. $35. So 40 the first time, 17, 35. So 40, 75, 85, 92. So I'm going to write down 92 reps. Okay, so hands. Okay, weight. Weight was 15 kilograms. Sets. 3 with a total reps. 92 total. And now we'll change the weight and do some left. Oh man, how light do I need to go? I'm just gonna go half that way. So this is half the weight. So this is now 7.5 kilograms on the 3.5 or 3.25 inch wrist wrench. I get inner elbow pain straight away. Horrible. This is why people say, why don't you do left? Because it's weak and it hurts. That's why. It really hurts. I get pain here. I get pain here. And I just don't enjoy it. Why did you make me do this, Todd? Seriously. Just so I can hold onto the peg harder or what? Anyway, if you didn't know, Todd tore his left bicep whilst holding the peg. So maybe that's why. He just doesn't want me to tear my left bicep whilst holding on. Okay. Oh, this feels horrible. Yeah, painful. Nasty. Alright, so again, this is half the weight that I did on the right. Yeah, whatever. So whilst I'm doing this, I can talk about, what can I talk about? Just the overall volume of this. Actually, hang on. I can't talk whilst doing this effort. Not on left. Alright, that'll do. So what I was going to say, the volume of work so far, and how my body is just kind of reacting to it. Delayed onset muscle soreness in my shoulders, my left bicep. Normally I can straighten my left arm. I can normally hyperextend, but the tightness in my bicep from just the volume yesterday is, not allowing it. My right arm, that's as far as it goes. People were asking me, I saw in the previous video a few people saying that my range of motion on what I call full curls wasn't there. That is my full range of motion. There's the lock. So it's getting a little bit Michael Toddish. I think Michael's about there. Crazy George is about there. Devin Larratt's walks around like this as well. It's the curse of arm wrestlers, I think, but as the longer you spend in this sport, the shorter that range of motion becomes. And mine is definitely getting short, so. Alright, next one I'm going to do is one of my favorite for strap pulling. This thing here, big industrial spring. What this is worth in terms of the force output, no idea. So all I know is it's pretty heavy duty. When people who don't arm wrestle come and see this for the first time and try to do the movement that I'm about to do, they can't even bend it. They can't get any movement at all in it. And people kind of look at me weird. So it's what I call chopping. It's critical to a low hand top roll, to anchoring a low hand top roll. It's also critical in flat-handed arm wrestling. When you're not tall enough to get over and take someone's wrist, this downward chopping pressure allows you to secure or to keep their pronation down. So I just, for this one, sorry Charlie. For this one I just literally come and put my elbow on the table as though I'm arm wrestling and bend this spring. I try to, you can use your lats and drag down and kind of like that, but that defeats the purpose of it. We want it to be a hand-based movement. So big spring, you can get these off like industrial garage doors. Rudy Mineur, an arm wrestler in the local area, put me onto this, and I've loved it ever since. Anyway. I'll do left. I don't normally do it. Let's see if I can even bend it. That's not too bad, actually. Well, it's failing fast though. I'm doing sets of 20 on my right and just sets of whatever I can do on my left. $13 that time. So I just normally I just hit these without really resting because it's not a taxing movement on your central nervous system. You don't feel like you're working that hard. You're not breathing heavy. You just start to fail in the end because small muscle groups that we're working on. I don't know how many I've done. I'm talking so I didn't count, but I felt like failure. So somewhere around 20. Oh, man. You can see I'm cheating with my left. My wrist is, I can't do it. I'm now like using like a static position. I'm not actually contracting. So my left wrist is gone. Can't do it. So using that as a cheat. That's kind of like a Same sort of pressure, but it's like swinging for the bicep to get the bar to move, compared to right, where I can sit there and not use any down pressure, just use my hand. Alright, so that, I will now superset that with some pronation. Alright, let me find that. So, pronation, I typically use a free weight for my pronation, but I have a cable pull down now, so I think that I'm gonna have a play with this thing. So for pronation, okay, I'm gonna lower the attachment point. Still got the 15 kilograms. Oh my God. So this one, very easy to combine with bicep back pressure. You can do either or, it's no dramas. A lot of the time I like to take the arm out of it, and given that Todd has me doing so much arms, I think I'm going to do that tonight. So, all class in this gym. I'm going to take these back where they belong. This might be too heavy for an isolated movement like this, but over the thumb, arm on the table, yeah, perfect. So you can see there's no bicep being used here because the table is naturally right there. I'm simply rolling along the table. So that's isolating the pronation in the forearm. For me, pronation is a fundamental strength of arm wrestling. It's one of those things that you need. It's in the big four: back pressure, pronation, cupping, and side pressure. Which one matters more? It depends who you're asking. You're asking Michael Todd, he's going to tell you pronation. You're asking Todd Hutchins, he's going to tell you side pressure. You're asking John Brzezinski, he's going to say cupping. You're asking Devin Larratt, he might say back pressure. So everyone has a different opinion on what matters most. One thing is for certain, it matters a lot. So pronation, soft strap over the thumb, isolating it by taking the bicep out, just leaning here on the table, palm starts up, and then just rotate till the point where your palm is either facing sideways or facing down. Good amount of lactic acid through the top of the forearm there. Even though pronators are a lot of them down here, top of the forearm is a big factor for this one. All right, so third set on the pronation. After pronation, okay, what are my options? I've done cupping, done chopping, done pronating. You can isolate rising if you want. I normally like to combine rise with back pressure, which Todd's got me doing. So on arm day, there's a lot of wrist rise going on. When you do back pressure, it's a great one to just combine the two. If you're doing your back pressure with the strap in that position there, your wrist is naturally in it. So I don't like to sit there and really work rise alone, because we're not ever really doing that in an arm wrestle. We're not sitting there just doing this. So incorporating your wrist with back pressure like that is how I like to make sure my rise is strong. Yeah. All right, so that's pronation done. Let me just write down my numbers before I forget. Okay. Let's change. That's one thing that Todd wants me to do, is reverse. That's something I've never done. Reverse wrist curls. I did them really poorly in vlog 2. I tried doing them with the cable pull down on a wrist wrench. Didn't work. So pronation, we had 15 kilograms. And we did 3 sets of 20. 3 sets, 20 reps. We did chopping as well. Chopping with the spring. 3 sets. And you guys remember how many I was doing roughly? There were 20s as well. 20 reps. The lefty was failing at around 13. I remember now. Okay, so next we're going to do, I got 2 more, and that's going to be it for session. Like I said, tonight's session is a nice easy session in respect to overall central nervous system, taxing, heart rate, breathing heavy, all that sort of stuff. This is an easy session. Clamping. This one, personal favorite. A lot of people will say that clamping, squeezing, whatever you want to call it, is an irrelevant movement to arm wrestling. Charlie's just hitting it off over here with the glove. You trying to glove slap? High five. High five. Yeah, good job. Anyway, back to the arm wrestling.
Sorry.
Clamping. A lot of people think that clamping is not a particularly specific move into arm wrestling, because at the end of the day, the ability to crush someone there doesn't translate in an obvious sense, but here's where I think it does. Okay, we start a match in a position like this. Don't move ready, go. Often, if you're balanced with your opponent, you don't have the ability to set a full cup. You don't have the ability to get fully pronated. And if you're relying on one of those two off the go, and you don't achieve them, you lose connection to your own strength. But if you can develop strong clamping power in the straps in particular, you can stop a match with the clamp and then negotiate a position, be it a hook, top roll, whatever. So for me, I love it. This is 25 kilograms. It's a double roller, so the gray bar rolls plus the red bars roll. Single hand first of all. Wrap it out. So 40 reps on the right hand. Let's see what the left hand can do. $37. I was actually surprised then. But left, I often do this double-handed, so my left, pretty decent. So this one, no rest, just pump it out. High volume, no resting when it comes to hand-related work. Has always been something I've liked. I generally only rest for the minimum time possible. Guessing out. I have no idea how many reps I did. My left feels better than my right now. Alright, so there's 3 sets on that. Done cupping, done chopping, done pronation, done clamping. I'll do some reverse wrist curls. And then that's pretty much everything for the hand. Do this twice in a day, no worries at all. Minimum. This is a pretty short session. It's like half an hour of actual work in the gym and then it's done. And like I said, it's a comfortable session. It's what I've always done. I've done this for 6 years. This kind of workout pretty much 5 days a week, whether it was in the form of table time or in the gym like this. So this is, yeah, comfortable. All right. So reverse wrist curls. I don't even know how to do these, how to set them up, but I'm gonna try this. No, not gonna work. All right, I'm gonna go to the table. Move the pads. That's better. A little bit far away, but oh, it's heavy. Oh. There's a movement I haven't really trained before, obviously. This is 20 kilo bar, this one, this Olympic bar. I'm not sure, I just Todd do these things. Damn it, Todd, I need a video on reverse wrist curls. Feel very weak doing this. Anyway, 10 reps the first time. My right wrist doesn't like this. My left wrist feels okay. But my right wrist feeling vulnerable. And when I say vulnerable like I could strain it. So that tells me this bar is too heavy. So I might go to a dumbbell. See if I can get a safer movement. Given that's 20 kilos, so that was already 10 kilos on each arm. This is gonna look tough, but 6 kilos. Yeah, that's safer.
Because of the light.
Oh, just a lighting change there, people. Yeah, 6 kilos of reverse wrist curls. Oh man, I am weak on that. Not that I would expect it to be a particularly strong movement, but left is better. My left is better at reverse wrist curls. That's interesting. What does that tell me? I don't know. But right feels clicky. So, this is my last episode. Last exercise for today. Nice and simple. Tomorrow's a big day, squat day. It's going to be horrendous, but thankfully I'm going to Lachlan Adair's place. Lachlan the Anvil Adair, who's not only an elite arm wrestler, but an elite deadlifter, an elite squatter, no, he doesn't have elite bench, but he's an elite deadlifter and squatter. So he's going to guide me and put me through the routine nice and safely. I have a history of lower back injury. I had a L4, L5 disc tear when I was in the military in 2007. Parachuting accident, missed the drop zone. But that has always been a problem for me, so it's got to be something I got to take really carefully and make sure my form is perfect and the weight's not too heavy. So that's going to be a real gradual process with the squats. So doing that with Lachlan tomorrow will be good, but reverse wrist curls, man, horrible. But I feel like the one thing that reverse wrist curls feels like it's going to do for me is give me volume through my forearm that I've never had. I've got volume on this side. I don't got anything going on here. But that really makes it feel like it's going to happen. Anyway, there it is. Right versus left. Both pumped. Both pumped. You can see the difference, people. It's pretty significant. But anyway, this one's going to slowly catch up. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this one wasn't too boring. It felt like it was boring for me, but maybe it's boring because it's what I've always been doing. But all the numbers from tonight are going to be reported in the Facebook group. Go check it out. Arm wrestling training with Ryan Bowen and Todd Hutchings. Todd's going to be live in there pretty regularly too, which is going to be cool. He's going to watch these vlogs and then he's going to critique the vlogs and give me coaching live. So literally, you're going to see his feedback to me. He's not talking to me in the background. He's literally going to do his critiques live in that Facebook group. So if you are following my progress and you're replicating it in your own training, then you're going to want to tune in and hear what Todd's got to say, because no doubt there's some fine tuning that needs to happen. A lot of my form on these new lifts is probably way off and needs to improve. But anyway, we're going to work it all out, and we're coming for this WAL middleweight hammer. It's coming this time next year, I reckon. It'll be a good time to have a crack at that hammer. Alright guys, see you next time. Whew. Are you doing that record thing again? You and your extra records, I get it, whatever.
It's gold. You always laugh really well at the end.
My falsetto manly laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You love
manly.
it. That one?
Oh, that's creepy. They're more like that one.
Whatever.
Yes, that's a man!